President Trump just issued his most ominous warning yet about Iran. Failure to completely dismantle its nuclear program will result in military strikes that will be quite traumatic for Tehran. Quote, "Either we reach a deal or we'll have to do something very tough," unquote, Trump told Israeli Channel 12. With a second aircraft carrier potentially heading to the region, negotiations completely stalled over ballistic missiles, and Trump threatening to knock the hell out of them if they rebuild, war appears increasingly inevitable. Today, we're breaking down Trump's escalating threats, Iran's red lines, and why this confrontation could explode into full-scale war within weeks. In an interview with Israeli Channel 12, published Tuesday, February 10th, Trump delivered what analysts are calling his most explicit threat yet against Iran. Quote, "Either we reach a deal or we'll have to do something very tough," unquote, Trump said. When asked what happens if negotiations fail, Trump warned the consequences would be severe, what he's previously characterized as military action that would be quite traumatic for Iran. At his meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Wednesday, Trump doubled down. Quote, "If they are trying to build up again, we're going to have no choice but very quickly to eradicate that buildup. We'll knock the hell out of them," unquote. Trump's language has grown increasingly violent. He's gone from vague warnings to explicit promises of destruction. And unlike his first term, when threats were often bluster, Trump has already proven he'll follow through. He bombed 3 Iranian nuclear facilities in June 2025. That June strike, called Operation Midnight Hammer, involved B-2 stealth bombers dropping massive bunker-buster bombs on Iran's Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan nuclear sites. Trump claimed the strikes obliterated Iran's nuclear program, but they didn't. Pentagon assessments later found the strikes only set Iran back about 2 years, and now Trump is hearing, correctly, that Iran is trying to rebuild. Trump is backing up his threats with overwhelming military force. The USS Abraham Lincoln carrier strike group is already positioned near Iran. Now Trump is considering sending a second aircraft carrier to the region. Quote, "We have an armada that is heading there, and another one might be going," unquote, Trump told Axios on Tuesday. This would represent one of the largest concentrations of U.S. naval power in the Middle East in years, potentially 200-plus aircraft, dozens of warships, and Tomahawk cruise missiles capable of striking deep into Iran. Trump has also deployed B-2 stealth bombers, F-35 stealth fighters, additional guided missile destroyers, THAAD missile defense systems. Iran's military spokesman responded with his own warning. Quote, "Numerous U.S. military assets in the Gulf region are within our range of our medium-range missiles," unquote. Both sides are postured for war. The question isn't if Trump will strike, it's when. Negotiations between the U.S. and Iran have completely collapsed over one issue: ballistic missiles. On February 6th, U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff met with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi in Muscat, Oman. Trump called the talks very good and claimed Iran wants to make a deal very badly. But according to CNN, there have been no serious direct negotiations since then. The talks are dead. Why? Netanyahu. On Wednesday, Netanyahu rushed to Washington for an urgent meeting with Trump, moving up his visit by a full week. His message? Any deal must include Iran's ballistic missiles, not just nuclear weapons. Trump agreed. He told Axios it was a no-brainer that a deal should cover both nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles. But Iran has flatly refused. Ali Shamkhani, advisor to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, said Wednesday that Iran's missile capability is not negotiable. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian confirmed, "We are ready for any kind of verification on nuclear weapons, but ballistic missiles are off the table."
This is an insurmountable impasse. Netanyahu demands missile limits, Iran refuses, and Trump has sided with Netanyahu. That means negotiations are over, and military strikes are coming. Trump's preconditions for a deal are so extreme that Iran could never accept them. Permanently end all uranium enrichment, not just weapons grade, but peaceful enrichment too, limit ballistic missile range and production, end all support for proxy groups, Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis, Iraqi militias, and allow unlimited IAEA inspections, even of sites bombed by the U.S. These aren't negotiating positions, they're designed to fail. As one analyst told CNN, the U.S. thinks Iran is weakened, so this is the opportune time for going in with maximalist demands. Trump's objective, according to Chatham House, is not regime change, but strategic submission, compelling Iran to accept permanent constraints that leave it neutered as a regional power. But Iran won't submit. Ayatollah Khamenei has made clear he'd rather face military strikes than accept humiliation.
Trump and Netanyahu introduced a new justification for strikes Wednesday: chemical weapons. During their Mar-a-Lago meeting, reports surfaced alleging Iran is developing chemical and biological warheads for its ballistic missiles. Trump seized on this. "I hope they're not trying to build up again, because if they are, we're going to have no choice but very quickly to eradicate that buildup." Behnam Ben Taleblu, an Iran expert at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, called Trump's willingness to strike Iran's missile program historic. Trump has just done what no president ever promised: to deal directly and militarily with Iran's ballistic missile program in support of Israel, Taleblu said. He pointed to Iran's use of cluster munition warheads during the June 2025 war. These warheads can easily carry canisters for poison gas. In short, the conflict contained a dry run for a potential chemical attack. Whether Iran is actually developing chemical weapons is unclear, but it doesn't matter. Trump and Netanyahu now have a pretext for strikes targeting not just nuclear sites, but missile facilities and chemical weapons labs too. Iran is not backing down. Foreign Minister Arakchi warned, "Our brave armed forces are prepared with their fingers on the trigger to immediately and powerfully respond to any aggression." Ali Shamkhani threatened that any U.S. attack would be considered the start of war and promised an unprecedented response, specifically naming Tel Aviv as a target. Iran's Revolutionary Guard commander, Hossein Salami, warned the IRGC would open hell gates on invaders. What would Iran's response look like? Massive ballistic missile strikes on U.S. bases in Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, UAE, Iraq, and Syria. Attacks on Israel, potentially targeting civilian areas, disrupting oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz, activating Hezbollah in Lebanon and Houthi forces in Yemen. Oil prices have already risen in anticipation. Brent crude topped $70 per barrel as investors worry about supply disruptions.